And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment. With me, your host Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for tonight's episode of the Superman and Lois, Season 1, Episode 4. Spoiler alert if you haven't caught up with the episode, but simple episode tonight. Nothing too super major, but although a couple little major things happen at the end. But overall, the episode was very, very interesting, but of what they can be setting up for future events. So, we all know at this point we have Jonathan Kent and, of course, his brother Joseph. Joseph has now become the new megastar of Smallville High. His father is now the new assistant coach doing his thing. You know, Superman is trying to balance his life as superhero and, of course, fatherhood, so it's not an easy job for him. And then, of course, the most powerful hero of them all, Lois Lane, doing her thing, trying to use the power of her pen and paper to write for news articles because she believes that Morgan Edge is still trying to rip off the town of Smallville, and nobody wants to believe her. Nobody believes her. Although one person is starting to see the light, but only time will tell. It was only a little glimpse of it, but only time will tell if she will fully commit to actually believing in Lois Lane, and that's Lana Lang herself. Lana Lang, if you guys don't know, Lana Lang is Clark Kent's first love and his friend. She's the head cheerleader at the school or the coach of the cheerleading squad. So she ends up, meeting Morgan Edge because apparently Morgan Edge is making deals with the mayor and a whole bunch of other townspeople. And her husband, Lana's husband, is fully supportive of Morgan Edge, showing up and helping change what Smallville is. I mean, Smallville right now is at a point where it desperately needs help. It desperately does need the help. And of course, if you live in Smallville at this point where poverty is low, the crops are not really doing anything really well, everybody's losing their jobs, they need help to get their stuff back in check. And of course, they're gonna trust some guy who just comes out of Metropolis and is like, hey, I have the money, the resources, I can help you guys. Even if he is shady, they probably would trust him. Of course, Lois Lane knows not to trust the sleazy guys, especially if his name is Morgan Edge. Even if it was Lex Luthor, he shows up and be like, hey, I can clean up Metropolis. You can't trust him, but the town folks gonna trust him because they don't know what to do at this point. So Lois Lane decides she needs to try to figure out a way to stop him. He's throwing threats and lawsuits at her. But nobody beats Lois Lane at her own game, being the manipulator that she is and getting what she wants. While that's all happening, you have General Lang showing up, which Superman really needs Papa Lang coming in and telling him how to run his farm. So there's that. And then, of course, he needs his help with Superman to help transfer a metahuman who has beef with Superman. He escapes. They start tackling with each other. While that's all happening, Jordan and Jonathan find out that one of their friends is a metahuman who's starting to get his powers and he doesn't know how to control it. So they try to help and situations start to go crazy. But he starts shaking the kid. I don't know what kind of powers he's going to get, but who knows what's going to happen to him. He's going to be in a place where he's kind of going to be taken care of, with his powers and how to control his power. They kind of reference the X-Men, the X-Mansion, so that was kind of funny at the end. And at the very end of the episode, we got to see Morgan Edge discover what he's actually doing there, which I kind of figured out since day one why he's actually there. He was looking for kryptonite, and behold, he did. He had his super strong advisor woman next to him. She just punched a wall into this tunnel thing, and behold, they found kryptonite. Now, what's he gonna do with the kryptonite? Couple things come to mind. I believe he could either one, make an army of super enhanced metahumans, which I feel like, okay, you're gonna go that route again. You're gonna do the Smallville route. Now, I love Smallville. I always love Smallville. Smallville was my favorite show, but I don't want to see people getting meta powers from kryptonite again. That already happened. That's done. Metahumans are born with the powers. How they get them? Some of them get it because of other things, cosmic rays and all that. But some of them are actually, explosion labs and all that stuff. Barry got his from lightning. So, I really don't want to see Kryptonite bring in more metas into the world. It'll just start making Superman and Lois feel like a Smallville, new version of Smallville, and we don't want that. Unless if it was Smallville continuation, then I'll be like, all right, cool, fine, whatever. They're going to do that again. But this is a totally different show. It doesn't have to follow Smallville. But, that's one possibility. It could be completely different. Or my second theory is that it could be because Morgan Edge is going to sell this kryptonite to Lex. Like, not Supergirl's Lex, even though he does exist in this world. But maybe he meets the other Lex. Maybe he already met him and he needs his help because he knows in the future, in his world, Superman's evil. Maybe he killed Morgan Edge and Morgan Edge doesn't want that to happen to him in this world. I don't know. I'm just taking guesses here. But, it could be one of those two options, but who knows? And, of course, now that Lana Lang starts to see that maybe Morgan Edge is wrong for the town because she felt creeped out that the guy was trying to kind of flirting with her in a way in front of her husband earlier in the episode. But that's why Lois was ended up hanging out with Lana Lang. Whoever thought that would actually ever happen in Superman lore. But that was interesting in what happened. But yeah, the ending itself, I just hope that first theory of mine is not true. I maybe it could be completely something different, but I really hope we don't see a whole bunch of metahumans getting their powers because of kryptonite. But apparently when Jordan's and Jonathan's friend got his powers, apparently it hit something in the grass, the beach area, when Jordan hit the lasers for the first time and it exploded a bunch of kids nearby. That's how he got his powers. Something around there caused him to get his powers, wake his gene up. But only time will tell. But yeah, interesting how that happened. Oh, also the general decided he's gonna have a safety protocol just in case Superman does ever go bad. Because now I think he's starting to believe that what Lex from that other world told him is actually maybe coming true. Nothing really concrete to prove that, but maybe in his eyes, he feels that Superman's slipping. And he looked at that weird dog tag that he had that had the number 774. I believe that was the numbers. Could be wrong. So he called the protocol those numbers. So what does that mean? Well, could be that they're gonna have maybe build kryptonite weapons to try to stop Superman if he ever goes crazy or something. The military has done that in the comics before. Lex obviously has helped with that in the comics. So it could be a possibility. But we haven't seen Lex. I don't know what happened with Lex, but maybe he's trying to fix his suit, but off screen. But he hasn't popped up in the last 2 episodes, so maybe next week. But only time will tell. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much. Have a good night.